Have you been wondering if your personal data was compromised in the National Public Data breach that was announced last week? Well, if you've been wondering, you're definitely in the right place, as that is the focus of this video, and I have a website and a tool I'm going to share with you here in this video where you can go to look to see if your name, your phone number, your email address, your physical address, and even your social security number was included in that breach. I can tell you this much, I've been playing around with this website and this tool quite a bit today so far, and it's scary to see how many people have had their information leaked. I can just tell you that much. Let's get into the details, and I will share with you exactly everything you need to know and where to go to check your information. First off, can I ask a huge favor of you? Will you make sure to subscribe down below? There's a big subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you. Also, do your friends, family, and social media a huge favor. Share this video with them. There's a share button right down below as well, so they can also use this information to their benefit to look to see if their information was leaked and in this breach here as well, and what they can do to take necessary steps to protect their personal information. Thank you. Really appreciate it. We got to stick together right now. This is a terrible situation that has happened, and unfortunately, a lot of us are impacted. Let's talk through the details. All right, so do you remember the National Public Data breach that was announced last week? Now, I brought you the details about that as it was hitting the wire, and I said there's a lot of information we don't know about this whole thing. Well, originally, the speculation was coming in that 2.7 billion personal records were leaked. That's massive. Nearly 3 million data points on people was leaked with that. Well, now, just as of recently, the other day, they came out and said, well, it really wasn't 2.7, it was 1.3. I don't care if it's 1.3 or 2.7 billion. That's a lot of people that are being impacted by this, right? So anyway, this is a major situation here, and there's also been speculation that literally every American in the entire country, which is over 334 million people, have had their information leaked. So just saying, right? We got to protect ourselves, and I just want to bring this to your attention. All right, so let me share with you the information here, and again, I'll pop this up on the screen here so you can kind of see some of the details about this, but I will share with you the website, and again, by the way, I will link the website down below in the description of this video. No, this video is not being sponsored, nothing like that, okay? I'm just telling you the information that I found here. But anyway, as you can see here, so there's this article here, and they give you all the information, but there's also this website, okay? So I'm going to show you some screenshots and some information here from this website, but you can go to this website. The website is https://NPD, which stands for National Public Data, pentester, PENTESTER.com. I know it sounds kind of weird, but like I said, I've been there, looked up my information. We can talk about that more in a different video, but yeah, a lot of stuff on there, okay? But anyway, I will have that link down below. But as you can see right here, okay, so as I go through the details of this, so all you need to do, you don't need to add your social security number in. Do not add your social security number in any website. I'm not saying you need to do that, because you definitely don't need to with this website right here. But as you can see here, you need to add your name, your full name, your last name. So again, if your name is, whatever, if it's Mike, if you go by Mike, but it's really Michael, you'll probably want to type in Michael. Same thing like that, okay? Just whatever your legal name would be, your first name, your last name. It's also going to need your year of birth, okay? So it's not asking for a birth date, just your year of birth, and then the state in which you're located. And then you basically just hit the search button, and it's going to give you a ton of results, okay? So as you can see, a lot of results. Now here's the scary part. I was looking around on here. I was just typing in a bunch of generic names. I mean, just like a bunch of very, very common names. You would not believe the lists I was finding. It was nuts. It gives full names, addresses, the last 4 of their social. Well, actually, I think it was the last 2 of their social. My point is, there's a ton of information, and a lot of people have been linked on this or leaked on this information. So if your name comes up on this list, according to my understanding, what I'm finding here is that you would be included on this list, okay? Now, I'm going to say this much. A lot of times we want to be included on a list, right? I'm going to tell you this. You don't want to be included on this list, okay? I don't care what you're thinking as far as this goes, but this is a list you do not want to be included on, because this means that if your name pops up here, as you can see from the examples I was showing you, if your name pops up on the list, that simply means that, yeah, your data has also been included in this breach. So not a good situation, okay? Now, there are some identity protection agencies and things like that out there that are offering some different like packages or different services and things like this, like, oh, we can monitor your credit for a year for free or something like that. You can certainly sign up for those if you want. This, again, I'm not here, promoting anything in particular. That's not the focus of this video, but I'm just simply saying, if you want to do that, you can. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not personally doing that. From me and my personal situation, I am not doing that. I will manually watch my credit report accurately. I mean, I look at it probably once a week anyway, but that's something you can do. But just remember, they might give you, like, say, 1 year for free or something like that, but they're going to charge you after that. So just please be very aware of that if that's something you decide to do. Now, I would recommend watching your credit report going forward. Now, I know a lot of times after one of these situations, we look at our credit report, a couple days later, and we're like, yeah, it looks good. Nothing suspicious here. I'm good, right? That's not really the problem. A lot of times what happens, and again, I don't know how people do this. I'm not part of this. I don't really know what they do. I've just heard about this. I've read about it quite a bit, but apparently they don't do anything with it for like a few months. And then like 3, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 9 months, maybe a year later, now they start doing stuff and you start to see that suspicious activity on your credit report. Okay. That's what I'm saying is you might want to watch this very closely for probably at least the next year or longer. On a pretty regular basis, just keep an eye on your credit report, right? Just to see, does anything look suspicious? Is somebody trying to open up new accounts? Is somebody trying to get a loan? Is somebody trying to get a credit card? Is somebody trying to buy a car with your name? You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So I'm not saying that you're not going to see anything now. Hopefully you don't ever see anything on your credit report. But unfortunately, with the volume of people that have had their information taken here and, the magnitude of this breach, unfortunately, it's probably going to be the reality for a lot of people. So I said this before last week in a video, and I'm going to say it again really quickly, okay? So again, not trying to push anything here. I'm just saying how I do this. So I have Chase credit cards, like, JP Morgan Chase credit cards. I have multiple Chase credit cards. So I have the app on my phone, the Chase app on my phone. The one thing that I really like about it, and I look into this like probably once a week at least, is that I go onto the app and they have something called Credit Journey. It's like a little, kind of credit reporting. You can kind of see your credit. You can see all your debts and stuff like that. I mean, not fun to look at. I'm just telling you, right? But it is something that I do and look at probably once weekly. So they do update it, I think maybe like once every 2 weeks or once a month or something like that. And it just kind of gives me an overview of all the accounts I have, any balances I have outstanding on cards, and any loans or something I have like that outstanding. It has all of that reflected on there. And it also gives credit activity. In other words, like, hey, this bank looked at your credit. Was that you or what it is? And it's probably me, applying for another credit card or something like that. So those are all reflected on there. But anytime that any kind of activity is found on the credit report, I get an email that says, hey, looks like somebody looked at your credit or somebody pulled your credit, something like that. So I get that notification. That's really nice. And again, if I apply for a new card or something like that, a new credit card, I get an email and I see it show up on that credit journey that says, hey, looks like you applied for yet another credit card. What are you doing, right? It doesn't say that part, but it does say that somebody has checked my credit, like JP Morgan Chase pulled your credit. You know what I mean? So it says something like that. So, by the way, I'm not saying that you need to sign up for Chase. I'm not saying that whatsoever. What I am saying is that your bank, your financial institution, wherever you hold maybe a debit card, a credit card, banking information, whatever it happens to be, they may have a service very similar to this. So you may just want to look into that. They may have something that kind of monitors your credit a little bit and just kind of gives you any activity reports on it if they see anything that just out of the normal, right? Something a little suspicious, something that seems a little weird, like, I don't know, somebody pulled a credit, somebody applied for a new account, somebody applied for a new card or a loan or an auto loan or whatever. It gives you all that information. So maybe look into your financial services, whatever it happens to be. They may have a service like this. Again, really nice. Again, why I'm not signing up for anything, I'm just going to look at that every week like I always do anyway, and just kind of keep an eye on my own credit report. I'm not going to sign up for any services. Not really what I like to do, but that's just how I'm doing it personally. Just because I'm doing it doesn't mean you need to. I'm just saying that's just what I'm looking at. Because honestly, I don't want to spend money on a credit reporting service. I just don't want to do that. When I have something that can probably manage it just fine, to me, that's good, right? So anyway, just want to point that out really quickly. But check out that website again. I have it linked down below. It's kind of a weird one. Again, https://NPD, National Public Data is what that stands for, .pentester, pentester.com is the website, and you can check that information. Again, first name, last name, state, and birth year. Not birth date, birth year. And then you can get those results there. And if your name shows up on the list, unfortunately, your name was included in the breach. Okay? Just saying. If you have any questions on this, please let me know. I will do what I can to help you out right now. Again, please do your friends, family, social media a huge favor. Share this video with them so they can get this information, so they can check their personal records. I know a lot of people have been scrambling lately, wondering, what can I do? How do I know if I was included? What can I do to test here? What can I do to check? Well, this is a great service that we can look at right here, okay? I've done it. Personally, I've done it. Did my name show up? Unfortunately, it did. Honestly, I'm not very happy about it. Just saying, okay? Yeah, I'm just not excited about that at all, okay? So anyway, that's how I'm going to monitor it through that Chase credit journey thing that I talked about a little while ago. So anyway, let's leave it at that for now. I hope this helps you. Please subscribe down below. Share the video with your friends on my social media. Check out the other videos here on the channel, the thousands in the video library. The ones linked down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now, showing up on your screen, you'll see some videos there. Check out one of those, and I'll see you in the next one.